In the last video, Professor Khaled Nasr explained the anti-nutritional factors of alternative feed ingredients, such as mycotoxins, NSP, phytate, phosphorus, and so on. So what kind of nutrition booster can be used to improve the nutrient utilization of alternative feed ingredients in poultry feed? Professor Khaled Nasr from Cairo University explains,
for improvement of nutrient utilization of these non-conventional feed raw materials for poultry feeds, using or making like nutritional booster or nutrition booster using the functional feed additives. We have many feed additives in poultry feed industry. First of all, we must use in any feed formula, either for broilers, layers, or breeders, enzymes such as protease enzymes for optimization of amino acid diastability to overcome the antitrypsin factors. Also, we must use NSP digesting enzymes, and among of them beta-xylinase enzymes. Why? Although in our country, the poultry feeds based on the corn and soybean meal, and the corn is called the non-viscous grains. Corn have much insoluble arabinoxylans, much more insoluble NSP, and the few or little soluble NSP, which causing intestinal viscosity, which may lead to cholestridiosis or coccidiosis. So, although the yellow corn was the most commonly used in Egypt are the non-viscous grains, so why we use beta-xylinase enzymes, although the corn is not viscous grains? In broiler feeds, 99.9% of broiler feeds are crumble and pelleted feeds. So we have pelleting temperature. Most of insoluble arabinoxylan in yellow corn change to soluble one. And in this case, the yellow corn, when going to proceed under pelleting conditions with other feed ingredients and the feed supplement and the feed additives, become a viscous grains like barley, wheat. So we must using the beta-xylinase enzyme. Second one, beta-xylinase enzymes causing a lot of nutrients because most of our ingredients are imported abroad, maybe from America, Argentina, Brazil, Ukraine, other European countries, and the grade of this yellow corn are maybe fourth grades or class D, no class A, no class B, no class C. Well, okay, what's the difference between the class A yellow corn and the class D yellow corn? The quantity or the amount of the endospermic cells in the grain, the entire grain. Under electron microscopes, you can, if we use even Argentina yellow corn, but class D, we have many endospermic cells under electron microscope. Okay, you have grinder in the feed mill, so broken some of these cells. We have the gizzard inside the GIT of the bird. Okay, broken or grind the others, but still we have intact endospermic cells. which prevents the attacking of endogenous enzymes like proteases, like lipases, like alpha amylases to contact with the substrates, which are the major nutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, fat, or lipids. So using of beta-xylanase enzyme for unlock of nutrients. In order to, this endogenous enzyme can contact directly with these important or essential nutrients. Also, phytases, either 5G or 10G, among of the most expensive nutrients in the poultry feed industry are three. First of all, the energy, second, protein, and third, phosphorus. And the most of phytate phosphorus in our plant-based diets are excreted in the fecal matter. So we must use in any feed formula thermostable intrinsic phytase enzymes in order to minimize or reduces the amount of chemicals such as DCP, dicalcium phosphate, or monocalcium phosphate. Yes. So we must use these enzymes. Why? To improve nutrient utilization. Also for reduction of the cost of the poultry feeds. The second one, toxin binders. We must use toxin binders like the bread in the table, like the bread in the table. We must use toxin binders, modified silicates, and biological toxin binders to control more than 460 mycotoxins. Among of them, the group of aflatoxins, which are about 16 or 18 aflatoxins. The most important aflatoxins attacking the poultry industry are aflatoxin B1, which is the 50% of total aflatoxins. Aflatoxin B2, G1, G2, which can controlled by 99% by modified silicates, which are called hydrated sodium, calcium, ammonium silicates, bentonites, cibolites, zeolites, whatever. But we must have modified silicates, either physical or chemical or pH modifications. Also the biological toxin binders. You can use the SC Saccharomyces cerevisiae wall, mannan oligosaccharide, MOS, or 1316 beta-glucan. You cannot use 1,4-beta-glucan. Why? We have the same name, beta-glucan. No, 1,4-beta-glucan is anti-nutritional factors, which can destroyed by beta-glucanase enzymes. Yes, but 1,4-beta-glucan in our poultry feeds in our home country, Egypt, the percentage of 1,4-beta-glucan is nil or negligible in the corn soya diets. Because in our home country, we cannot use wheat, because wheat for human. Yes. So, if we use biological toxin binder, please use, maybe can use Saccharomyces cerevisiae wall, mannan, and beta-glucan 1316, or some enzymes. But you must take into your consideration if this feeds for broiler feeds or layer feed or breeder feeds. As we know, the layer and the breeder feeds are mostly mash feeds, not crumble or pelleted feeds. The last one for these functional feed additives, which are called AGP alternatives, antibiotic growth promoter alternatives. You know, since 1 January 2006, antibiotics with subtherapeutic doses are prohibited, are banned. Why? The antibiotic with subtherapeutic doses are banned. We have many causes affecting these antibiotics, affecting the beneficial and the pathogenic bacteria. These antibiotics lift antimicrobial or antibiotic residues. These antibiotics with subtherapeutic doses you used from the first day of cycle to the end of cycles. So these pathogenic bacteria become resistant to these antibiotics. And the most important one, the withdrawal time. In our home country, I am very sorry to set not considered the withdrawal time before selling these checks or these pills. So we have alternatives to these antibiotics which affect positively on the beneficial bacteria and negatively on pathogenic bacteria, don't have antibiotic residues, no resistance, cross resistance with these pathogens, and no residues in the meat or in the eggs, which reflect positively on the public health. Among of these are acidifiers, probiotics, prebiotics, combination of pro-pre symbiotic essential oils. Last one, which is called performance enhancer, not absorption enhancer, but performance enhancers. Among these gut emulsifiers, we have many gut emulsifiers, yes, like lecithin, lysolecithin, bile acids, some other emulsifiers, which discuss later.
Thanks to Professor Khaled Nasr for sharing the nutrient booster that can be used to improve the nutrient utilization of alternative feed ingredients in poultry feed. In the next video, Professor Khaled Nasr will share why the gut health and liver health of poultry must be a concern when using alternative feed ingredients. Please stay tuned.